test my language level.
Okay.
And then we put a program. Yeah, to get a course enter the IELTS.
So you're preparing for IELTS?
For IELTS, yeah.
Good
Go
luck.
to the British Staff College.
Which one?
British Staff College.
Yeah,
With St.
yes.
Hertz, I think, or
No,
something
not St.
equivalent to
Hertz.
that
No,
one.
no.
It's part of the language centers?
Yeah,
or-
he's kind of like hesitant to determine his speaking level. So on a scale from 1 to 9, that's skill. Where do you locate him, like give and take,
Based on speaking?
based on what he spoke so far?
Okay, so I'm going to give you an IELTS speaking test. Okay, a couple about a topic, and I'll make an assessment. So, can you tell me about where you're from, your home city, and this general information?
Okay. My name is Anwar Ahmed. I'm from Kirkuk city, the north of Iraq.
Love Kirkuk.
Yeah.
I've been a
Have you
couple of
visited
times.
before?
Yeah.
I think you were there a couple of days ago, or in Mosul.
In Mosul last time. Yeah.
I'm also. Yes.
No, I was there just before the Kurdish referendum, like a few days before.
Yes. Kirkuk belongs to Iraq.
Yeah.
Because I'm Arabic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like to stick with the one in Iraq. Not
Yeah.
to be
No, it's sectarian.
Yes. I born in Kirkuk at 1985.
Okay.
In January. I lived there in different places. Now I'm living in the downtown of Kirkuk. In a place named Hay Aden. Aden's a place in Yemen.
Yeah, I know Aden.
You know Aden. It's a quiet place. A lot of big officers live there in my
Is it
place.
near the citadel, near the castle?
Say again?
Is it near the castle? In
Citadel
Kirkuk? It's near there?
No, not near them. But it is not so far off my house. It's about by car half an hour by car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I studied in Kirkuk schools, different places, and after I'm graduated from my high school, I tried to enter the Air Force College at 2002. I passed all the tests at the Air Force Hospital. It's here in Ostomaya, if you heard.
Yeah.
Yes, but you know the war at 2003. So that dream it's just gone. But in 2006, 5, I entered the military academy.
Okay.
Yeah, I trained by the British military.
Okay.
Yeah, my platoon leader, his name is, his rank was Captain Fowler. He's graduated from Sandhurst, and our sergeant name is Tommy. I still remember their names. Tommy. It's from British. They are so straight, so tough. I love them so much. Our boss, his name is Colonel Sheen. He was worked with the British ambassador in Baghdad, but I don't know where is he right now. When I graduated from military academy at 2006, they sent me to the Mosul. It was very dangerous because there was Al-Qaeda. Yeah. So I engaged many time with the Al-Qaeda troops. The Americans just called it the bad guys. They not say the Al-Qaeda or something like that. After that, I write what they call it, like assignment or something like that to the Ministry of Defense to send me to the 9th Armored Division because I like the armor class.
Okay.
Yes. So they say yes. They approve of my order or my right. And at 2008, I start to work at 9th Armored Division and at 36th Brigade as scout platoon leaders using the armored vehicles, the MTLB, the Russian armored vehicles. And when I got a promotion as a captain, they send me to the armor school, to teaching the juniors at the tanks, exactly the turret, the guns. We call it the gun class. The gun class.
I know nothing of the vocabulary for the military. I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Okay. And I visit many countries as an armor officer. I visit Ukraine 4 times. I visit Austria and the Czech Republic.
Any chance for Sandhurst?
No,
Not yet.
no.
Maybe in the future.
That's what I'm trying to improve my language, to go to the British, to the staff college in British. I visit Bulgaria 2 times and even Lebanon.
Okay, perfect. So far we still have 5 minutes of your time. I know you're busy. What is your assessment of Mr. Anmar's level so far? Like building on what the kind of structures, the grammar, the kind of vocabulary, cohesion and coherence, his lexical diversity, technically speaking, and grammar range.
So, first thing... Sorry, terrible with these things. First thing for me was I noticed a couple of grammatical mistakes, mainly to do with past simple.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, it's a frequent occurrence. So I see this past simple. Whilst it doesn't detract from, like, I understand what you're saying, so the confusion is not too bad. This will just be something that is picked up on, in the results. The good thing about the IELTS is that because you have the 4 different marking schema for the speaking, for example, if your grammar is not as strong as, let's say, fluency, like you seem very confident and your pronunciation it's clear. So the IELTS system is good for this. It balances it out. I did also note the word use. So, like you said,
Word choice.
Yeah, the word choice. So, for example, you said about the letter, the right. So there was just some kind of word choice. There, again, you found a suitable word if it couldn't come to your mind. So you were able to think quickly.
Capture.
So we could still understand, the clarity is there. So based on my assessment, and this is just a preliminary one, I would be tempted to go between, depending on the question, I would obviously have to ask more questions than these.
Of course.
I went
To
for an
probe.
easy one. But based on this, like between 5.5 and 6.
See? So far. Then we've already started.
Yeah, this
That's
is
comforting.
important.
Yeah, because the degree you need it's 6 or 7.
6 or 7.
Yeah, so you're not that quite off the shore of that particular score. This is our 6th meeting. This is the 6th hour of our meeting, and we've been working collaboratively on developing some context of how he can say particular things within a context and framework of introduction, developing a sophisticated and impressive kind of vocabulary in the beginning. Also talking about, speaking of IELTS, we particularly focus on 4 major components, which is the task completion, cohesion and coherence, lexical diversity, and grammatical range and accuracy. But of course, as you mentioned, they kind of like fall independent of each other, so that kind of like gives an accurate level.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna give him one decisive score. You can just average that later on and just get a sense of 0.5 plus or minus of his accurate level. That's pretty much his case. But the other thing that I want to mention is relevant to Anmar, actually, it just came as a secondary here, is you've been working on a podcast program. Hopefully, okay.
Yeah.
So I kind of like want to hash out a roadmap of what you're thinking about, because this is pretty much goes hand in hand with our objectives as English teachers when it comes to improving people's listening and speaking skills. and talking about things that has some sort of social relevance, like probably civilization, heritage, Mesopotamia, that kind of like draws people's attention more than talking about, like, for example, nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Particularly because it has something with their own background, so it's kind of like activating their engagement with the kind of topic that we're presenting, whether that's auditory or verbal.
I think as well, whilst you're right about like the topics, particularly from my background as like cultural programming and art sector, and the need to engage Iraqi communities with the past and finding a way that's innovative and a good model for today's world. Also, this material will help challenge outside perspectives of Iraq. So, instead of focusing on like the war and the trauma and these things, it will promote a positive image. So you're not only producing material for people to learn, to engage with, but you're also doing it that's going to reach new audiences, which is help kind of foster positive relationships. People will be able to reach out, and it helps foster these exchanges. So we're in the early stages of planning it at the moment, Walid, but we're looking forward to getting things off the ground. When, I can't say at the moment, but we want to be working on it.
Well, I would say I'm very supportive of this kind of endeavor. It cultivates...
You're the professional. I have no idea about this. You have to help.
I think that it cultivates to some extent the idea of people's relevance to this culture and people's engagement with this culture and people's love of this culture. Once you spread the word about the significance of heritage, the kind of Iraqi major archaeological locations here in this country, like a few days ago we were talking about an archaeological site here in Baghdad, few kilometers away, that people are not aware of. And that, like, once you raise people's awareness of that, that will cultivate some sort of social and cultural relevance to their culture. They would definitely put more attention to. Probably with one single photo post on Facebook, that's going to raise people's awareness of that site. Probably have people pay visit to it. That's pretty much. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Pretty much, this is the whole gist of the conversation that we were planning to. So in case if you have any thoughts, just to take it to the next level, let me know.
Oh, don't worry, I'm going to be pestering you.
And thank you for being very supportive of Anmar's language level.
And say hi to Salim for me.